Hey, we're Bonnie and Greg Dixon here with Storyvan TV, and we're going to talk with Kristen and Roger Owens here about nutrition. And maybe you can tell us a bit more about what you do, Kristen, and your
Yeah,
background in nutrition.
absolutely. So thanks, Greg and Bonnie, for having me. I appreciate it. I could talk about this topic for hours and hours, but I will not. So I actually have been in the wellness industry for the past 27 years. I have a passion for really helping families just, take back their own health, feel amazing even as they age, no matter what the society is doing and what's changing in society. Because of my education, because of how I know how the body works, really it's about helping people really understand how their body works and going back to the foundations and the basics of how they can be healthier and thrive as opposed to surviving. So, like I said, it's been 27 years. It's all I've ever done. I started in the personal training industry, the fitness industry, and I noticed that there was a missing link in that. Women were having lots of results, but there was pieces that were missing. And those pieces were, stress management. Those pieces were, it wasn't just about exercising, but it was also about what we're eating, what we're putting in our body. And so I ended up, after having my first child 19 years ago, that's when I got more into the holistic world meaning spirit, soul, body, looking at the whole person and not understanding that health is just physical. We've got to look at the whole piece. And so from there, what happened was I started delving into nutrition, and I soaked up every book there was. We raised our first daughter, well, all three of our kids, we have three of them. We raised Ayanna in a very non-conventional way. I'm one of those people that I just go with what my gut is telling me as opposed to what the world is telling me I should do. And I ended up going to school for holistic nutrition. That was 16 years ago. And today I go back to the basics. I go back to helping families look at creating foundations to really elevate their wellness. Again, like I said, so that we can thrive as opposed to really just surviving every day, because I feel like that's what people are living like. They're just kind of surviving. They don't have abundant energy. They don't feel abundant in their mindset. And so that's what I do, is it really is a transformation. And I do that day in and day out. And it's awesome. It's awesome to see the transformations.
That's so wonderful that you're able to help families, because it's one thing to be an individual, but to help an entire family feel better. I know that there's an old story about that one family at a Thanksgiving, and they would end up cutting the ham, the both ends of the ham, and then it transferred from the grandmother to the mother, and then the granddaughter finally said, "Why do we do that?" Well, that's because it was too big for the pan. It had nothing to do with the ham.
Yeah.
And so what you're saying is sometimes families they have their routine, they're all doing the same thing, and they all kind of feel the same way. And they think, oh, that's just the way it is. But if
Yes.
they were, yeah. And so what I'm hearing you say, Kristen, is that if the whole family becomes wholesome and eats wholesome foods and the right nutritionals, with this exciting thing that you're going to share here in a moment with us, then their whole dynamic of the entire family could change generationally, even.
Absolutely. It's so true, because really, as women, especially, and as the mothers, I really see women as the gatekeepers of the home. And I know that. And so I do attract a lot of women into my community. But I know that working with women translates into the children, translates into the spouses. And I think that if we walk the talk, if we just really focus on how we can be better and how we can become healthier. It's a day-to-day journey and it never ends. Then what's going to happen is we are giving permission to those around us in our family, but also those people that are surrounding us outside in our community. We going forth doing this and making ourselves better is just going to give other people permission to do the exact same. So yeah, that's a good point, Bonnie. Definitely a good point.
Well, with that, let's bring on Roger, your other half, that and you've raised 3 children here, it sounds like, in a healthy way. And Roger, say hi to the audience here today.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Bonnie, and thank you for having me, guys. Yeah, I just wanted to just give my perspective as I'm the green thumb in my family, and having this gardening tower tower garden has definitely freed up my summer and the time I would be investing right now and prepping my garden for the season. So it's been great.
So you actually grow food in a tower.
Yes, that's right. Yes, as futuristic as.
Oh, we might have lost Roger for a moment.
I'll continue that
Okay.
as big. Well, so yeah, so with the tower garden it's amazing because it's vertical. It allows for, it doesn't use up much land, and it is something that you can grow all winter long, especially up here in Canada. It's cold. Although we have people in the southern parts of the States that are also growing on towers as well, but it uses less water. It recycles the water. It actually, there was a study done at the Mississippi University, and they did a study that a published study actually, that showed that the produce that's actually coming off, the kale and the Swiss chard specifically, is coming off of the tower, is actually equivalent or more nutrient dense than their, we'll say their cousins from the farm or the store. So that's awesome, because really we need minerals, and we need chlorophyll, and we need all of what plants can give us in an easy way and that tastes good, so that we can actually thrive and be healthier. So you can grow food off of a vertical unit, and it's easy and it's simple. And so Roger said that he was the green thumb. I am not a green thumb. I am definitely the black thumb, and I will kill pretty much, whatever comes in. Although I'm doing pretty good with my plants. I've learned how to water them properly. I've learned that you water them from the bottom. But the cool thing is about the tower, and I wish I had it in my background right now, but the cool thing about the tower is, you can kind of see it there on the screen, is the water. It actually waters every 12 minutes, every 15 minutes. So the water goes through, and it actually cycles through, and it waters down where the plants all go into the ports. Like you can see on the screen there, there's like ports all around the tower base, and it just waters it, and it keeps watering. So you're saving on water, and even in a year's time, you are actually spending $20 on water, your water bill, to water this tower. So it's not that much at all. It's a very, very, it's a very sustainable way, and it's very inflation friendly. Yeah.
So I noticed on your website that you have a little video. Maybe we can play that now.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, just hang on here.
My tower gardens are amazing. The air-potted gardening system I absolutely love. I have this one that's complete of tomatoes, beefsteak and cherry tomatoes and basil. Then the other one's just a mixture of like chard and broccoli and all my favorite fruits and vegetables I have. And now my third one is gonna have different herbs like lavender and thyme and sage.
Here you are allowing people to grow their own in a couple of years, but you get to keep it forever.
And I would spend probably about $50 a week on organic fruits and vegetables, and now I don't have to do that.
I also juice every day, so I get all my kale and all my chard from there, and anything else I'm going to put in there. So I love that thing
because it tastes good. It really does. And I have no green thumb. I can't grow anything, and I've been able to get things to grow.
The best tomato I had last summer was from my tower garden.
This is my first time ever seeing celery grow from start. and we have huge stocks of celery. My wife's a big strawberry fan, so we've done strawberries.
All winter long, we've been able to grow fresh produce in our living room. It makes a nice centerpiece and talking piece. Move the coffee table out, move the tower garden in. And it's been really fun for my family and my kids.
It becomes such an amazing experience for them because they get to go and they get to pick it themselves.
I told them, you can just walk right up to it and eat from it, and they love that.
When we have salad party day, we harvest our tower garden, and the kids are having their salad party and coming back and asking for more salad, please. You're doing the right thing.
And the joy of feeding our family, where we literally grow outside the kitchen door, harvest from tower to salad bowl to table, it's just been a wonderful addition to our diet.
And he does most of it now. And I was the one that gardened in the soil for many years. He's now our tower garden farmer.
And clearly, if I can grow a tower garden, it's inevitable that anybody can grow a tower garden.
That is amazing. So what's your favorite produce so far, Kristen, that you've grown in the tower garden?
Oh my gosh. So I do a lot of greens. I'm all about more greens, more greens, more greens. In our family, we're actually predominantly plant-based. Two of our older kids or younger kids actually eat meat, some clean meat. However, we do mostly plant-based. And so, yeah, I would say greens. I would say baby greens, because baby greens that actually grow at the top of the tower, any green that is in its baby stages is actually has more nutrient density than its full grown family member, I guess you say. So baby greens so I have that at the top of the tower. The cool thing about the tower is you can actually add on pieces. So it comes a certain way, and then you can actually add on to it. So it actually can grow quite tall. So I would say the baby greens for sure. And I have I wish I could show you my tower right now. I have all different kinds of greens on there, greens that I didn't even know existed. So what I do is I actually take my bowl and I will go to the tower at lunchtime and I will pick leaves from all the different, so I don't actually pick the whole lettuce at once. I go and I pick from all the different, so I have a variety of different greens within the bowl, and it just keeps growing and growing and growing. So I have not tried this yet. We have two towers. We have the home unit, which is more of a compact unit. So if you were standing up and you had your hands on your waist and you just circled around, that would be about the size of the tower. So it doesn't take up a lot of space. And then we have the flex unit, and the flex unit basically is the basin is bigger in terms of how much water it holds. You can use it, you can grow outside with it, and you can grow inside with it. And the flex unit, actually, we have a cage around it, and that cage is what keeps all of the flowering plants contained within it. So like the zucchini and the cucumber, and you can grow squash on there. You can grow watermelon. You can grow pretty much anything except tubers or fruit. Berries, yes, but not fruit. Those are the only two groups that you can't grow on. So I would say I've tried a strawberry. It's so amazing that you think, oh my gosh, this is what a strawberry tastes like. The other thing that I've been told tastes amazing is celery. And so you think celery, and I've been told, I have not tried it yet, but I've been told that celery from the tower garden, you have not tasted celery until you have tried it from the tower garden.
Oh, I can't wait.
Because of the nutrients. So there's minerals that you're putting into the basin. Yeah. So it's very, very exciting. So, and yeah, so many people come to me and they tell me, oh, I don't want to eat more greens because I put it in the fridge, and by the time, the week goes by, it's gone wilted. I haven't finished it all, and I waste a lot of money. So I'm going to choose not to purchase it. Whereas with the tower, if you're spending $20 a week on produce, you are going to save money on this tower, because it's going to pay you back and pay you back and pay you back over for the length of time that you have this tower, which is, once you purchase one, you have it forever, right? So it's going to actually pay you back, and you're going to find yourself eating more greens because it tastes different. When a plant has so much nutrition, it tastes different.
Mm-hmm. And so paying you back, it will also pay back you as a nutritionist, probably guide people all the time to eat more greens because of the health benefits. And it's one of the things that probably people don't realize how great you can feel when you're eating the proper amount of produce. That people eat less and less. They don't realize they are not even eating hardly any at all till they start having access to it. I really get the concept here.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Bonnie, is that the average, so we need 7 to 13 servings of fruits, vegetables, and berries every day. Most people aren't getting that. Now, we're not getting that amount. Let's just say we are getting 10 servings a day. The problem is that the produce it's green harvested, which means that the nutrients comes into the plant at the very end of harvesting, like the last 48 hours. So if you take, say, the tomato on the screen there, you take that tomato and you buy it from the store, that tomato was picked green. And especially here in Canada in the wintertime, it's being shipped miles and miles. So that means that, and then the other point is, as soon as you pick it off the vine, it's losing more nutrients every 30 minutes. So broccoli, by the time it gets to you and I and on our plate, it could have lost up to between 50 and 80% of its nutrients, right? So we are nutrient deficient. We're mineral deficient. So if we look at all of the illnesses in the world nowadays, we're not deficient in, a certain medication. We are deficient in good quality nutrition. We're deficient in minerals. Our soil does not contain the minerals that it once did when our grandparents were around, when their parents were around. The soil is very different nowadays. The other thing is organic is better. It's not perfect. It's better because we know the soil is taken care of differently. It's not sprayed with chemicals. It does have some, and this is actually one of the things Roger actually teaches on. So I don't know if he'll end up coming back or not, but there's still pesticides on organic produce. And so we have to understand that our food is not the way, oh, there he is. Our food is not the way that it used to be. So Roger, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, he can't hear me. Can you hear
Maybe
me?
not.
Okay. So our food is not the way it used to be. And so when we have a tower garden, this is going to, I don't want to say push us, it's going to encourage us to really fill our bodies up with that good quality nutrition. Now, when you put more nutrition in your body, what actually happens is you become more alkaline. You actually change the inside of you so that you crave more good food. That's what actually happens. So when we hear people, both of you probably heard this, just like I've heard this, is we hear people say, well, I don't really like vegetables because we're in a world where sugar and salt and the wrong fat, we do need fat, but the wrong fat, hydrogenated fats are consuming us. And we're eating so much of that now our taste buds are completely tainted. And now we're craving more of that. Our food industry knows this, and so they're pumping us with sugars and salt and the bad oils that makes us unhealthier and crave more garbage. And so when you start to alkalize your body, you start to put in mineral rich food and that tastes better than what you're buying at the store, you will start to crave it. You absolutely will. I see it all the time. Kids are the same thing with kids. I mean, kids are eating the same thing as, look at our grocery stores nowadays. I mean, not to mention that we have inflation happening. We can't get produce, especially up here in Canada, or even in the States. And so now what's happening is we can't even get it. And I'm sure a lot of people are like, whatever, because I don't like it anyways. But if we can protect ourselves and have this food security with this tower, or I have people that have 3, 4 towers, have these towers in our home, outside or inside, then we're going to have food security. We're going to have, we're saving and preserving on the water. We're using less water. We're really taking back control of what we're putting in our body and what we're able to eat. But it comes down to a choice, and we have to choose to be healthy, choose to make the decisions that are going to make us healthier. And so one of the ways that we can do that is, yes, eating more fruits and vegetables, but definitely controlling the quality of that food. And that's how we can do that from Tower Gardens. Yeah.
This is such exciting news. And we thank you and Roger so much for sharing what people can aspire to do. And Greg, could you make sure that their let's see, their website is down there?
Yeah.
And to reach out.
So that's the best way to get a hold of you, is to go visit the website and contact you through the website there.
You know what? Yes, the website, that's where you would purchase. However, if you have questions or anything like that, you can also go to Kristen. You can see there, Kristen Owens. So that's how you spell my name. So Kristen Owens, no dash, Kristen Owens Coaching at gmail.com. So Kristen Owens Coaching at gmail.com. And you can even send me an email. One of the things I like to mention to people as well is you can find, knockoffs, right? You can find knockoffs anywhere, Amazon, wherever it is. The one thing I always tell people is you have to make sure that the quality of the material that the plants and the water are sitting in is not toxic. We have to make sure that, and the other thing that's really important is, in my community, when anyone purchases through us, is we have a community where we support you. You're not on your own. So when you purchase from, say, Amazon, not that you're going to find these on Amazon, but purchase something like it, you don't end up having support. So I really pride myself or ourselves on the community that I've been able to create. And you're not just purchasing a tower, you are purchasing a community and support from me. So I think that's it's really, really important.
You also mentioned, we were chatting about recipes, that being part of your community gives people access to recipes. Sometimes we can be cooking along and say, gee, I don't even know what to do with this, or how do I eat this, or, what is tasty, and the community will offer that benefit of ideas.
Absolutely. And me being a nutritionist, one of the things about our community is I don't just share about towers, that's one area, but I also, as a nutritionist, I have a community on the other side where I help to fill the gaps with micronutrition, concentrated fruit, vegetables, and berry powders that basically bridge the gap from what we're eating, what we should be eating, and really fill the gap. So within that community, and being a tower lover, is we actually have programs that we offer 4 times a year. So one of the things I believe is people need to be educated on, it's not just, taking a supplement or, growing on a tower is one thing. It's about learning how your body works. Some people are like, I don't really care, but the good thing is that it's there for you. And so, we just ran a program on hormones and healthy hormones and weight loss. We ran a program in January, and it's all free if you are in our community. These would be programs that would be valued at $1,200 for the program. We have meal plans that go along with it. We have a gut health program. All disease and all health begin in your gut. So we're taking people through lifestyle practices, meal plans, and really helping them to improve their gut health, for example, to be healthier. Because, when we look at nowadays, in the last 2 years, there's been so much mental health stuff going on. And that starts from what's going on in our gut. So if your gut's not working well, up here is not going to work well. And we see so much now as people are aging, we see so much a change in neurological issues and Alzheimer's and a lot of brain disorders. It starts with a healthy gut. So yes, we need to put more plants in to improve that, but it's important to also learn how the body works. And so as part of our community, you actually get that for free. So you're saving thousands and thousands and thousands, which is awesome. We're making health
Wow.
accessible to every population. Yeah.
Mhm. That's so amazing. We're just so appreciative that you were on the Story Van TV today, and looking forward to sharing it with our audience, and looking for everyone to live a happier, healthier life, growing your veggies,
Yes.
and using and being part of a community that is supportive of your health.
So thank you
Yes.
very
Thank
much
you so
for
much,
being a
guys.
guest today.
Yes.
And
Yes. Thanks for having me on.
great.